So I'm out for one of my walks in the woods. I've got Maisie out with me today. I've got her on the leash. There's a couple of other dogs around, so rather than have to go chasing her halfway through a video, I've just thought I'd keep her in the lead. Gonna have a wee chat to you about a whisky today. A few weeks ago I did a review on an old Aberlour12 over on one of my social media channels, and Derek Black out in Kansas, I think it was, asked me about Aberlour12. So I just thought I'd throw out a wee review on Aberlour12. For any of you that are not familiar with Aberlour, and you notice how I say Aberlour, I've noticed a few people on social media and on videos trying to say things like Aberlour and things like that. Aberlour. So Aberlour is a distillery in Murray. It's under the Scottish regional map of whiskies. It would be a Speyside. It's been running, you know, it's one of these sort of 130-year-old, I think, late 1870s. They've been banging out single malt for. The distillery is now under the Chivas brothers, which is part of Pernod Ricard. So it's, you know, it's got that global sort of ownership, global branding side of it now. Aberlour tend to do a slow distill of their output, which gives it a slightly fruity taste to the new make whisky, if you ever get a chance to have a wee sip of that. Now, the Aberlour12 is matured in ex-bourbon casks and ex-sherry casks. And what we're going to do, just whack out the wee bottle here. I like to say in Scotland that whisky grows on trees, and perhaps this one did. Okay. So, Aberlour12. Like a lot of whisky nowadays, it's pushed out at 40%, and this one is no different. 40% ABV on it, and that's the bare minimum in Scotland for the whisky. It's got an age statement on it, 12-year-old. It is chill filtered, and there's no doubt that there is some colour and some E150 added into there. Does that make it a bad whisky? Only you that are drinking it. It's down to you yourself. I've never found a bad Aberlour yet, one that hasn't engaged with me. So yeah, I enjoy Aberlour. Now, Dave wanted to know about the nose, etc. on this one. So for the nose on this, I'm going to come across and say there's a bit of brown sugar to it. It's quite a sugary one. There's honey in it, and I think 90% of the time when you're talking about Speysides, we're going to mention vanilla, and to me there is a vanilla hint in here. There's definitely the sherry influence, so that fruity sherryness either coming from the cask or that fruitiness coming through from the new make, from its slow distillation. And for me there's almost a citrus hint in there as well, giving that slight tanginess to it. When you get it on the palate, when you actually have a wee drink of it, it's there's a bit of caramel about it. There's a slightly maybe buttery taste. Can you use creamy? Yeah, creamy. There's a creaminess to it, maybe a syrupiness to it. I've said before, when I drink Speysides, I tend to find almost an orchard fruit thing to it. So there's an influence of apple in here. I can definitely get apple when I have it. And again, there's an oakiness, there's a maltiness. It's quite short on the finish, which maybe makes you want to drink more. That short finish, well, let's get another dram inside me. But there is a bit of a short finish to it. But that finish has got a slight spice to it. Maybe not a peppery spice, but a sweet spice, maybe Chinese fly spice, or maybe even something like a cinnamon. It's not a bad dram for 12-year-olds. Possibly move it up. The 18-year-old is great. I really enjoy the 18-year-old, but I'm not going to complain about a 12-year-old Aberlour. As I said, I've never had a bad one yet, and this is no exception. Cheers folks, time to get this dog moving.